Right about now, we're being joined by our guest. Guest who? Or guess who? Yes. Our guest today is no other person than the voice you've heard or known before. I'm talking about, he's been a strong vocal on radio stations, on newspapers, and of course on television. I'm talking about no other person than one and only Shola Mose. So why is he here today and what are we looking at? Of course, you must have heard about the recent issues about rationalization and restructuring of the federal government parastatals, commissions and agencies that is buzzing the internet. If you check the X platform, all the social media, virtually all the social media platforms are being littered by this news about what is it about the 800-page report of the Oronsaye and Oronsaye, I beg your pardon, that how is this going to, change the, the economy, and why is this current administration revisiting it? This and many more is what we will be looking at today. First off, let us welcome our guest on board. Thank you very much, Malam Alhaj Shola Mose.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Now, I would say your appearances would sum to be a service to humanity and the growth of our community. Yes. Thank you so very much.
That is my goal. That's always my goal.
Okay, so let us open the box. Oronsaye, the Stephen Oronsaye reports about 800-page document has been, okay, so I would want you to demystify it. People still do not get what it means, what it stands for, and how will these actually serve as a restructuring element to the nation. Can you please let us into what it means?
You see, if you remember very well, this Oronsaye report was 2012.
Okay.
It was 2012. Now, 12 years down the lane, it's been kept in the archive without any implementation. And you see, I am afraid if it will not lose archival value. Because when such very good documents are presented, one will not expect that 12 years will still visiting that without implementation. I'm afraid with this kind of thing that happens to Nigeria in terms of implementability of issues. Now, if you look at that, the content of that document is a very good restructuring where these duplications in the system will be put to rest.
Where what?
Duplications in our system will be put to rest.
Now, to shed more light on that very powerful system, because I just underline it, duplication of process. Yes. I would want us to quickly check out this background report to our discussion today, which is put together, of course, by the powerful producer.
In a bid to enhance operational efficacy and optimize resources within the Nigerian government, the Oronsaye's report has emerged as a pivotal document with far-reaching implications. Commissioned to scrutinize the structure of government agencies and parastatals, the report offers a blueprint for streamlining operations across various sectors.
Firstly, it's because the cost of governance. And if the cost of governance is cut, I think there will be more revenue for government to make more positive impact on the country, being on infrastructure and security.
Oronsaye report is a very meaningful, good report. The problem we have in Nigeria is overhead cost is too much. We need to reduce that. There are so many agencies that do parallel something.
Among the notable recommendations of the Oronsaye report were the meeting and abolition of several MDAs. It aimed to foster a leaner, more responsive government structure capable of delivering services effectively while curbing wastage of public funds. Moreover, concerns have been raised regarding the potential impact of mass layoff resulting from the consolidation of MDAs, raising issues of unemployment and social disruption.
It is feasible. There is nothing invisible. You understand? What we need is political will. And that has been lacking. Because that report has been gathering dust for a very long time. It was, I think it was done during Buhari regime. And it was kept somewhere. But now I think the time is ripe for the implementation. So we hope our president will do something very soon so that the report will be implemented. I think it's a good thing for Nigeria.
Mr. President wants to implement the Oronsaye report. Mr. President has a political will because this report has been on the pipeline for the past maybe 12 years now. It was during that the Oronsaye submitted the report. And now, Mr. President has a political will to now implement the report.
Oronsaye's report remains a critical priority for the Nigerian government as it seeks to streamline operations, optimize resources, and navigate the evolving landscape of public administration in the 21st century. However, achieving these objectives will require sustained political commitment and concerted effort to overcome the challenges. Morning Safari continues in the studio.
Welcome back. That background report should give us a perspective to what we are talking about today, because I've seen many content around it, and yet people still ask questions. What's going to happen to civil servants? Are we all going to lose our jobs and the rest of it? And that's why we still have an analyst in the studio with us. And before we went for that, we was talking about duplication of process. So what do you mean by that?
You see, when you have ministry departments and agencies, there are some departments that are supposed to be under a particular ministry, the relevant ministries. But I just look at the establishment of this MDA of a thing as a conduit pipe to siphon money. Because when you have Ministry of Education, for example, you see have Department of Education. Where is the sense? Agency for Adult Education, where is the sense? These are the departments that are supposed to be under one ministry.
Okay.
You get it? And unfortunately, part of it is that you see these departments and agencies, excluding the ministries, you still have them that the money going there is even more than what's supposed to be in the ministry. So when you want to cost of governance,
okay,
there are certain steps you have to take, like the Oronsaye report indicated.
Okay.
You get it? Like, okay, in the olden days, you have Nigerian Police Force,
okay,
under which we have this fraud unit that is now given to EFCC. We have fraud unit given to ICPC. Why are we duplicating? What have they done different from what was on ground in the past? What have they done? You get it? You see, most of these things, I think it's just establishment of these agencies to serve as bailout to bourgeois.
Bailout to
bourgeois. Because somebody stole 2 billion, and you are not saying that you are giving that person kind of amnesty, and you have not asked him to refund the state money in his possession. But if it is police, there's a different way you carry it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't see the rationality in the EFCC, ICPC taken away from police. It's a serious duplication, and we have not even. It's not if you duplicate certain things, you get it, and you see result. It's a different thing in entirety. But there has not been result.
Before we move on, just to chip in something on that particular issues that you are raising, there is Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. There is Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, and I think there's another one that looks like it. So, is this part of what we're talking about in terms of rationalizing?
All the agencies you mentioned,
Okay.
emphasize corruption.
Okay.
Why are you duplicating corruption for one, corruption for two? Deal with corruption in its entirety and allow a body to do that.
There's CPC, there's EFCC, there's...
So what is the rationale behind the establishment of those things? We have not seen anything.
Now, I want you to react to this, because on the side of the laymen, and even most people that are presumed to be educated, still find this report ambiguous. Some are saying that, oh, the heads will roll. Some, with the assumption that, oh, I might lose my job at the end of the day.
That is.
But part of the report is saying that if some of these things are implemented, it will cost more than 100 heads of agencies, and parastatals to lose their jobs. What do you say? How would you react?
That is the attendant misconception.
Okay.
In decoding that statement or the clause you have just mentioned. You get it?
Okay.
You agree with me that even in some MDAs now, you see people that are supposed to have even left the service the past 2 years, but they sellotape their age. They do. You see, they don't. You see that is, and they don't allow people coming behind to even enroll into that thing.
What do you mean sellotape their age?
They adjust their ages.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
Someone that's supposed to have left 2 years ago, we still say he has about 6 years in the service. It's because of this collapse in the system. The system collapse. We have not got it right. Because I wonder if this thing they are now having fear for.
Okay.
Must have probably implemented at that 2012. We should have got a lot of changes in place. But because we have some powers that be, when they see a particular document, they carry it because they don't want this change in the system. So if now, if for example now, the current government now say, okay, we want to make sure we implement this thing. I think he has set up some committee to see how it's going to be implemented. And we advise that they should put it in the public domain so that we people can have input. Okay. And tell them this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. And that is why you don't see civil service being productive. Okay. I have one book I wrote.
Okay.
The cost of scores.
The cost of
scores.
Okay.
One is $1,000. Another one is $500. There's another one that is of $150. If you care to know, I will explain.
Okay.
That $150 is the score of the civil servant because I'm directed. Without initiative, do we continue with that type of thing that is not productive? But when you see the score of a teacher, for example, a lecturer, is the one that is about 1,500 because he has to research to do anything. He uses his senses with initiative to make things better. And if you look at the score of a trade or business person, you will think how to maximize what? Profit. Their scores are working, not that of civil servants who say I'm directed to. Who directs who?
I say there's no productivity.
There is no productivity.
At the end of the day,
there's no productivity. Not tell me we have Minister of Agriculture. How many food have they produced? No, tell me. You have Ministry of Commerce. How many commercial venture have they even implemented? These are the things we have to take into cognizance.
We have Consumer Protection Agency.
When are they protected?
We are being protected, we are at least...
we are not protected. If we are protected, we will not be buying rice for 75,000. What are you saying? Do we need to continue deceiving ourselves?
And these are the agencies...
No consumer in Nigeria is protected.
With money at the end of the day,
the rich is protected. No poor person is protected. You see the governor's president going with 35, 68 convoys. Are we protected like that? When they are selling something that is the masses will enjoy, will feel that yes, we are benefiting from democracy. Notice is there. So you are now saying that consumer protection. Who is protected?
So
this
now,
situation.
I want us to quickly review some of the recommendations in this there's a long list of recommendations in that 800 page report of the Oronsaye, and we want you to probably reel out few of those things, you know, in the...
Even before you read that, understand one thing, that change is dynamic. You cannot be using the same process until you get different solution. You get it? If you look at it, the something is emphasizing on technocracy.
Okay.
System of the experts. Where we get result. Everything that 800 pages has many.
Okay.
Decodable.
Okay.
Without mischief. If you are not mischievous, it's decodable. The report wants changes in our system. Tell me, in the MDAs we are talking about, what have we benefit as a people? The budget for ministries every year, what are the benefits on the people?
And we want you to quickly say something about this.
One thing you forgot to put there, because it was 2012, maybe because there was no skyrocketing anomaly like we have now. He would have suggested that we should operate unicameral legislature. Unicameral legislature.
How do you mean? What does that stand for?
You have only one National Assembly. You don't have Senate, you don't have House of Rep, just unicameral. If you want to have House of Rep, let's have House of Rep. If you want to have House of Senate, let's have that. Those areas are consuming our money, while the poor are leaning every day. So that's the only area.
Two of them, you know, we have the House of Commons, and then we have the Senate.
That was
one is closer to the people more. The other one is on the
good. Which one is closer to the people now? No, I want you to tell me which of the bicameral legislative houses is close to the people.
They are giving us palliative.
What is palliative? You don't know what palliative means in the real sense. Palliative is for people that are already in the ICU, intensive care unit. You get it? Why are you giving palliative if you have good system in place where people can use increase the purchasing power of every individual, so that they can able to go to market and take care of. If you are giving rice and you are not giving tomato, are you going to put rice in the water and take like Gary? How do you need to deceive ourselves?
Okay, so now
instead of that one you say close to the people, they are close. They are very. Why the poor are crying? They are laughing to the bank, and you say they are close to the people.
The cost of governance.
No empathy.
The cost of governance. The Oronsaye report disclosed that the government will be saving over 862 billion naira between 2012 and 2015.
Okay.
That means that, like, the statistics has exceeded over 5 years now.
It's unfortunate. Maybe that's what informed the current government to open the archive.
Okay, so
when they say they are going to get, say, 80-something billion reserve.
So now,
but the question is,
okay,
would the money be used for the people?
No, let's look at it from would we be able to actually achieve this figure or even more than this?
It's achievable.
Okay.
But there is what we call in our system management anarchy.
Management
anarchy.
Anarchy, okay.
We don't have good managers in the system. You get it? And that's the area by which we have to emphasize management acumen in our leadership. Somebody was joking the other time. He was talking that Windows 98 of this computer language.
Okay.
We have Windows 98 leadership in this country.
Windows XP.
They are not digital.
Okay.
And that is what it means.
Okay.
But a digital leadership, will look at what we call technocracy. Would they feel to benefiting the majority of the people? You know, an hungry man is an angry man.
Yeah, sure.
If you are talking of insecurity, you can't get security when there is hunger. So all these things, Oronsaye is to at least bring about prudent management in the system.
Okay. Now, also the reports recommended that the reduction of statutory agencies from 263 as of then to 161, as well as the abolition of 38 agencies, the merger of 52, and the reversion of 14 to departments in the ministries. How do you think this current administration would be able to streamline this?
Anyway, if there is a political will to do the needful, it's possible. But if this genuine project, very, very rational suggestion, is cabalized, we may not even get results.
Now, I just want us to look at it from another perspective. Now, merging is something on one side. Scrapping is another thing, which is very...
He's not talking of scrapping in the real definition.
Okay.
He said reducing ministries from 200 some to 1. I'm sure they must have been up to 500 now.
Okay.
You get it? But why the duplication is the question.
Okay.
So the suggestion makes sense that we should reduce to a certain number of something. It will save cost. You see, to save all these people that are thinking that they're going to lose their job, all this. If you have spent 28 years in service and you have not even procured a house, what would you procure in 27 years the remaining in the service? You see, the civil service makes people get lazy.
Okay.
You get it? But if you are put in a place where you can still make ends meet, it's even better. Why do you want to say you roll on the chairs without anything to show for the society? Well, where is the sense? You see, most of the PAMSEC, they will be rolling on the chair, and the messengers are suffering. The messenger has more responsibility than the PAMSEC, and the PAMSEC has much money than the messenger that has responsibility.
Well,
the messenger is demoralized in the first place. But if it's put in a place where it can be productive, you get it? Like the analogy I gave you on schools.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be able to make ends meet. So what the man is saying is that there should be reduction in these ministries, departments, and agencies.
Now, the time has really signaled a red flag to us. I want you to give us a final recommendation to the governments and, of course, to civil servants generally.
Yes. I think what I want to advise the government is that they should look into it with a view to arriving at a very concrete solution as it is indicated in the report. And they should at least look for some public view on it to serve as sensitization to people to understand more what the report is all about. You get it? So that it will be seen holistically discussed.
Thank you very much.
And there will be no antagonism on it. Something you understand, you know antagonize.
Something you do not understand,
something
you understand,
you know
antagonize. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate your analysis, your input, and your recommendation at the end of the day. The report is there, the implementation is, the ball is being set rolling, and of course we expect the result in due time. It's been a wonderful time with Malam Shola Mose, a very a pivotal voice on the media across board. Thank you so very much, Alhaji. Some other time we'll bring you on board.
By God's power.
Thank you. Okay, so it's about time for us to go into the world of entertainment, and of course, Kauthar is on the wait.